Me, that's on me, I'm conceited. Nah, that ain't how we like a three-peat. I'm like, oh, you too neat. Me and BG, they gotta put my face on. They compete and salute when you see me. You greedy. I'm going TM1. I'm with the love of my. She wanna go on a trip or retreat. I set the bar so high that you might as well leave it. I'm going undefeated. I've broken the system. Mission completed. Salute when you see me. Yeah. I got the heart of a god and a genie. I want you to love me. I want this face is feedy. I gotta get back to the hood. I remember when I was the needy. Beat me up, squeaky. She fell in love deeply. Sleepy. They like what I say. They repeat me. Hey, yeah. Look, all this money I be spending on.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles and for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now with the play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 2nd and 13, Jones. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper? And shutting him off now open field. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go. You tighten up. Let's go. You tighten up. Back. Say.
Throwing Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 41, Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 30 big ones. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite.
It got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11.
Now Jones.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Anthony Averett picks it.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones, he gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Off the play fake. Jones. They'll get this to the rookie from Florida. That's Kadarius Toney. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
Back to throw. Jones. Touchdown! It's complete.
Kadarius Toney
With his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. And all the way in for Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker with the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
On first down, Barkley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
But still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. He'll have a first down inside. Get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. 25 on a play that started back at the 25. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's a sneak with Jones. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Saquon Barkley with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson being chased out left. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Jackson from the shotgun.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, He's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. And Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Jones.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, Jones.
Open man, completes it to Claypool.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. Barkley busts through the tackle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop a shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State has definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turn him loose.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he goes down, but not before getting his inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On first down, Barkley, and he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd and 5 now. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Barkley. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Barkley again. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Steelers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target. but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush. Pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Malik Harrison. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And some room to roam now. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
16 yards. And a Raven first down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Again, it's Barkley. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Watch the whip. Switch. Watch
They'll run on first down. Barkley unable to corral him. He fights through. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now Saquon Barkley. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. In to make the stop, Patrick Queen, the linebacker, the Ravens' leading tackler in 2020. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Check. Lucky. Check.
Looking to throw. Jones. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Steelers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. So he needed a little assist from his friend the right upright, but 3 points all the same.
Yeah, he's a right-footed kicker. Normally, you don't mess with the right upright as a right-footed kicker, right? You're trying to bring it back right to left. But in this case, he got the assist. Right was right.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to take another shot here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Dobbins.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Dobbins once more.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Steelers 30, Ravens 28.
So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Steelers. They do tack on the extra point as well, and it might seal the deal as that makes it a two-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Jackson.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Melvin Ingram in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Jackson connecting with Andrews.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's Jackson.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Jackson.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley running right.
95 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll go to Barkley again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync.
So for the Steelers, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.